I think at the beginning he knew he was going to rob us.
George Lopez Jr. says building a home became a nightmare.
We got quotes from 5 different contractors, and there was one gentleman who gave us the lowest quote on the amount that we knew that we could afford.
Lopez says he signed a contract with Manuel Mendieta last year, but after giving him thousands of dollars for permits and construction, he was left with nothing.
This gentleman came and he started working on our land, and after about a couple of months, as far as he went was digging some holes in my yard.
Lopez is not alone.
It turned out to be a complete disaster when I hired him.
Jose Gomez tells CBS 4 he also hired Mendieta to build a bedroom at his home in Brownsville.
And he wanted more money after he did nothing.
We reached out to Mendieta by phone, and he tells us these allegations are false. He declined our request for an on-camera interview. We also reached out to the Better Business Bureau, who says they have no file on Alexis Construction, the company Mendieta was working under. Lopez and Gomez took Mendieta to court.
I actually won my case by default because the gentleman never appeared.
I took him to court also, trying to collect my money back, and I didn't get nothing from him back.
Mendieta says he was out of town. Both men won by default, but that doesn't guarantee they will get paid.
There are certain ways that attorneys and plaintiffs can sit back and follow in order to collect on these monies that they're owed. One way is through a writ of execution, in which an attorney works with the sheriff's office in having the sheriff go and execute on the piece of property, and they collect a piece of property and they sit back and they sell that property or they auction it.
Brownsville attorney Trey Martinez explains the process.
If in fact the contractor is served and they fail to show up in court, then the plaintiff and the plaintiff's lawyer can get what they call a default judgment against the contractor, which essentially would be a judgment against the contractor.
Martinez has worked on several similar cases and says trying to collect money will be difficult.
Sometimes the judgment is as good or as valuable as the piece of paper that it's written on, okay, which means nothing because the contractor may not have assets to which he or she can satisfy the judgment. And so those are issues that you need to look at, or a lawyer needs to look at when you're going after a contractor.
Martinez says anyone looking at hiring a contractor need to first look at their reputation and if they are insured or bonded.